Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Naya, and this is my channel, Naya is Greatness. And this is basically where we're gonna talk about college life, lifestyle, anything I'm interested in. That's what's getting posted. So yeah, welcome to this video. Today we're gonna be talking about 10 things I wish I knew before starting college. So those of you who don't know, I am currently a junior at Texas A&M. I feel like I'm qualified to give you a little spill of what you should know before you should be going to college, or if you're in college and you just tips for college in general. So I pull out the list for y'all. Let's go. So college things, number one that I wish I knew. Number one, college is definitely not like the movies. I don't know what was going through my brain when I was like, I'm gonna go to college, I'm gonna be like grownish and live my life like Zoe and da-da-da-da, like all the college shows and movies. I mean, some parts are kind of accurate, but your experience at college isn't gonna be Hollywood or like how they are in the movies. It's just not realistic. Some things are kind of, it depends on where you go to school for sure, but it varies depending on the type of person you are and the type of student you want to be. So keep that in mind, and no, college is definitely not like the movies. So be prepared for that. My little heart was broken when I found that out. Okay, number two, college is expensive. Let's dig deep into that. Like, college is super expensive, and that tuition, that fee bill, it's gonna hit you and you're gonna be like, damn.
I'm sorry.
But I mean, even if you're on scholarship, you're still gonna have some type of like out-of-pocket costs, because living is expensive, groceries are expensive, just gas, different life like necessities, and they start adding up, you know. So I mean, a lot of unexpected costs happens when, especially your freshman year. I don't know what was freshman year, fall semester. I don't know what was going on. I was just spending money like I was a millionaire, and your girl was not a millionaire. But eventually though, save your money, especially going into from high school, going into your freshman year of college. You know, make sure you're saving that graduation money. Make sure you're saving, if you have a summer job, make sure you're saving for that. Because, I mean, even a little like $5,000, $1,000 that you have, when you reach, you're probably gonna need a little more than that. So just be mindful. Make sure you're saving and you're prepping. So yeah. Okay, number three, use your campus's resources. I'm gonna say it again for people in the back. Use your campus's resources. You spend so much to be there. You pay so much money to be there. Why wouldn't you use your campus's resources? Literally, I'm begging you to use your campus's resources. Even stuff that you probably won't need. Use it. Your school has a studio. Use it. Your school has library services. Use them. Most of the services that are provided, like tutoring or like academic type resources, are usually offered and are usually free on campus. And I heard like a couple people, they would go off campus to buy tutoring when you could just go to the library or check the tutoring websites free. See, told y'all, college is expensive, but you don't have to make it more expensive than it needs to be. Make life harder. Make it easy, and use academic resources and campus's resources, and just use the resources. Use the resources. Okay, so number four, throw away your old high school habits. Like the bad ones. Now, if you were like doing good and you were really great in high school and you have certain things that you want to keep and transition into college, cool. But college and high school is drastically, I mean, in some ways it's not, but some ways it's like really drastically different because it's a different transition. And like when I say leave your high school days in the past, just leave them and make your transition so much easier. Instead of you always focusing and comparing yourself to your high school self. I know I struggled a lot, especially because I changed my major and I did all these like different things in high school and I was top of my class, and it really did have an effect on me of not always being number one or like the smartest, or having to change my ways of studying and different new habits. So yeah, like don't be hard on yourself. College is really hard because most of the time it's your first time being away from home and you're adjusting to a new life, and just don't be that hard on yourself, but also maybe drop a couple of the high school habits that are not beneficial for you anymore. So yeah. Oh, and to add on to that, drop your high school studying habits. I know most of us in high school, we didn't really study. Or if you did, kudos to you. Please keep, Lord, I can't stress this enough. Study habits and having good study habits are the key in success. It's just the key to success in college. Like, and you actually doing things that actually benefit you. So like study habits that work for your learning style. So my learning style is very like tactile, and I'm kind of like a visual kind of person. So like the combination of those two. So I use whiteboard, or I study and I make flashcards, like things I could hold and also see are really things that work well for me. So doing those things, learning your learning style is super important while you're in college, especially when you're taking these entry-level classes, or even when you get advanced into your major or your degree. You'll be able to build these habits and, you know, find your way in how you like to study and when you like to study. So yeah. Okay, number 5, I'm gonna do these academic ones. So since I'm on a roll of the academics, number 5 is C's do get degrees, but it doesn't necessarily get advanced degrees. And this is something I learned like around this year and like my sophomore year. I learned a lot about like making sure your GPA is high, because 10 out of 10 chances if you want to get an advanced degree, then you're going to have to be a competitive applicant during that process. So these intro level courses that you're taking, you want to do really well in them, because when you progress and course material gets a little more challenging depending on what your major is, it's going to be a little hard to keep your, you know, if you have a solid foundation to work on and you don't have to keep like, if you have a solid foundation to work on in the beginning, then it's easier like as you progress, that you don't have to really worry about your degree, well, not your degree, your GPA as much. Also GPAs really open doors, like a lot of like honor societies or like different organizations that you want to join on campus, you have to have a certain GPA. So keeping your GPA high like freshman, sophomore year and doing really well is really crucial, and that's why you need to use your academic resources. And you also need to find your own study habits and find out what works for you in your learning style. So that's super important. But C's do get degrees. I'm not against C's get degrees. But also, if you're thinking about getting an advanced degree, you do have to keep in mind that you want to be a competitive applicant for your next degree. Just a little tip. Okay, I know I kind of mentioned this a little earlier, but I guess this will be like my number 6. My number 6 is, girl, you're most likely gonna change that major. Happens to the best of us. Just a quick side note about me. I was actually an engineering student before I switched to communications with a business minor. Yeah, especially like if you have 2 things that you're really interested in and I mean, when you first get to college, for me, I was 18, fresh out of high school, went to college, and I really didn't know what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to do something that would help people, and I'm like a problem solver, so that's why and I love math. Hey, I love math. I love math. But, yeah, I wanted to do things to help people and to be able to create. And engineering, and plus engineers make a lot of money. So I went into that field, but also on the side note, I did always love like creating and content creation and journalism and just those creative things. And I always thought that was interesting and cool. And I mean, ultimately, I decided to change my major just because I wasn't happy in engineering as I thought I would be. So yeah, like, it's okay to change your major. Most people change their major. I mean, a couple people, they change their major 2 to 3 times. See? But most likely, you're gonna change your major. Unless you're like that strong on what you want to do, most likely you're gonna you gonna change your major. Like, okay, now that I talked a little bit about like academics, let's talk about social life and personal life, because college life is 2 parts. It's academics as well as like work and social life. Like, you have to have a balance in college. So my number 7 tip, I have them all written down, so if you can see me looking over here, that's what I'm looking at. But my number 7 tip is finding community oftentimes doesn't come easy, but it happens eventually. And coming from a junior, I'm going into my junior year. I had 2 years at school, in college. And I really struggled finding community. Like, I struggled finding friends. And I mean, I feel like everybody says your first group of friends you meet when you get first dropped off at college aren't really going to be your best friends. And honestly, it's kind of true. But sometimes it's not. And sometimes you find a solid person in your group and then y'all stay friends. So I mean, community takes time, but eventually you'll find your space where you fit. And I mean, my biggest thing is probably to join clubs and to introduce yourself, like be open to try new things. I know I tried like a whole lot of clubs that I probably shouldn't have been in. I was in an anime club at one point. Yeah, like, put yourself out there. Don't be scared to interact with people, as well as don't be scared to put yourself out there to possibly have fun. Because I mean, I know a lot of people, like, they don't want to put themselves out there because they're scared of rejection. But I mean, what's the worst that could happen? Like, you could make a new friend, you could join a new club, you can make new connections, because college is really seriously about the connections and the people that you know. So making connections and being cool and introducing yourself to people is the way to go. And I had a lot of opportunities just from like knowing people and getting introduced to different things. Yeah, I had like a lot of cool opportunities to do a really good amount of community service work just by putting myself out there. So, I mean, it comes with a double-edged sword. You have to put yourself out there in order to build community. That's the only way you will. So, yeah. Okay, now this one's a really big and serious thing when it comes to college. Please learn party etiquette and party safety. Those are really important. Just being safe in general, because college life gets a little crazy and things happen so quickly. And I want y'all to be safe. I want y'all to be prepared for things that happen while being on campus. And it might not necessarily just be students. Like, I mean, you might be across the street and there's like clubs and bars, and just be safe. Be proactive. Make sure you always stay with a group, especially if you're female. Make sure you stay with a group. I mean, even males too. make sure you stay with a group. Don't leave anybody at the club. And be safe. Like, be safe, please. Practice drink etiquette. Be safe at the parties and kickbacks in clubs, please. Okay, my number 9 tip is self-care should be your number 1 priority. Well, one of your 1 priorities. I know you're supposed to agree there and get your degree, but also taking care of yourself is super important. I mean, like, self-care is super important while being at school, because how are you going to do your best if you don't feel your best? Clock it. Clock it. That's what I'm saying. How are you going to do your best if you're not feeling your best? So make sure you prioritize, at least once a day, or do one thing a day that makes you feel good, makes you happy, brings you joy. Practice that, do that. For me, I know every day I take a nice long shower. This shower is my ritual, and I love her so much. And I can't even lie, y'all. I spend like 30 minutes to an hour in the shower every day. But that's my time to decompress, to be at peace. Another thing I like to do, might sound childish, but I like to color. Just practicing. I also go to the gym. Well, I recently just got in the gym. I know you can tell by DT, but doing things that you love to do and also like to do, as well as things that make you happy, are super important while being in an environment like college, because college is stressful. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you, college is stressful, and it can be stressful. So things like that are super important for you to do. Make sure you stay mellow, make sure you have your head on, for you to be good, because everybody needs a moment. Everybody needs to take care of themselves. Everybody has down days, bad days, sad days. Trust, I understand, but doing things that make you happy, doing things that are important to you, should be at your top priority. So self-care is important. Okay, so finally, my last and final thing for this video is this: to soak up every moment and to have fun. I feel like a lot of times, especially for me, like, I always be like so caught up in the moment and not really appreciating where I am, or I'm so focused on the future instead of being there in the present. College oftentimes is a once in a lifetime opportunity and experience. Sometimes it changes your brain chemistry. I can't even lie. But it's important to soak up the small moments while in college, because those moments are going to last a lifetime. Because when else are you going to be young, flirty, and turned? Where else are you going to be able to take classes at 12 p.m. and then not do anything else for the day? Like, those things are kind of cool. And I know once you graduate, then, depending on what your job is. But once you graduate, you're not going to have that same type of freedom. And it's important to soak up every moment of this, every opportunity. Say yes. Don't be in your room, in your dorm room. Go out, explore, adventure. Like, why are you in your dorm room? And yeah, so those are my 10 things that I wish I knew before college, and some tips that I feel like was important for this video. If y'all like this video, please, like, share, comment, drop down some more tips and tricks and things you wish you knew before starting college, for some people that might be watching this video. And then, yeah, if y'all want me to make more videos pertaining college life, or just videos in general, drop down some yeses. Like, tell me what's tea, girl. Tell me what's tea. Anyway, thank y'all so much for watching my video, and yeah, Naya signing off.